Good afternoon.
Have you ever tried to touch the aroma of a flower? Have you ever tried to behold the sweetness in a chocolate? Have you ever considered the reason for the joy you get when you see the smile on a sleeping child? Well, my heart is filled with joy unspeakable as I rise and respond to your invitation. I firmly believe TED is the right platform to express your idea to make the world a better place. The theme for the day, oblivion. I'm here to encourage you to visualize the oblivion in life. I'm here to shift your views from different paradigms to a particular one idea. That is, it's not merely the sight, rather, vision is important to understand or behold the catastrophe or the bliss in life. It is said we all live in a world where we can type with our toes, tap with our nose, and text with our voice. We live in a world where we are now turning into a life where bad has becoming good, wrong is becoming right. Yesterday's aberration is now today's normalcy. We all pursue the life we all want to pursue into a fame. We want a life. We are searching to make our own identity. In order to do that, we all entertain our oodle of emotions more, becoming oblivion to the greater values what life offers us. We all are in the desire to have an elusive excellence. But to do that, we stumble. And sometimes, knowingly or unknowingly, we confess with our mouth, I don't want to go any further. I give up. I can't handle anymore. But the reality is, you don't need merely sight, rather vision, to accomplish the excellence in your life. Well, I was at 23 when I lost my vision, rather sight, within 15 minutes of time span due to retinal detachment. It was difficult, very difficult to adapt a new life. I had two choices, either to succumb to the pressure and give up, or face the challenge and struggle daily. I chose the latter, knowing that it is going to be laborious. I questioned to myself, can I perceive the failure and success? I questioned to myself, Can I understand the bad and good? You don't need merely sight, rather vision, to understand the brokenness of a human heart. In order to come up in the life, I embraced 3 principles. Very simple principles. It worked wonder. They worked wonder in my life and established me as a life coach in the corporate arena and the premier academic setups. These principles, I call them GPA. It's not GPS, GPA. Grab, perceive, and attain. With the time left over, I just want to draw these principles before you and show how it works and what are the impacts it brings in a life. Principle number 1, grab. Grab the good in the bad. Year 2014, I was speaking in an event in Kolkata for a corporate house. I was speaking on a title called Remembering the Root and the Roots. Remembering the background and the path the life has brought you up to. After my talk, an individual came to me and said, "Sir, I have serious objections with your session today." I could understand that he had some fatal experiences in the life. I agreed to spend little time with him with a coffee, and we had our conversation. We exchanged our views, and finally, the story unfolded like this. The gentleman was born and brought up in a red light area, which is the biggest in Asia. Somehow, he got into a missionary school, finished his study with a colorful result, and he gained a scholarship to go for his bachelor's in engineering. Now he was working for a top IT company. Today, the same gentleman is running a school for the children of his kind, those who were in red light area in the city. My friends, bad in the life is always packaged with goodness. We always become oblivion to these packages. Most of us, we term this bad as failure in life. But failure is not fatigue, nor it is fatal. Neither it is final. It's always a stepping stone where you do something with the learning of your last failure. Find the goodness in the bad circumstances what you have. And I am sure you can find the bliss in life with different sorts. Principle number 1, grab the good in the bad. Principle number 2, perceive the purpose in pain. In 2009, I was flying from Chennai to Delhi. An army officer was sitting just next to me on the board. We started conversing for half an hour, and I could realize the gentleman is in pain, where he was unable to speak out. I asked him, "Sir, if I can be a help of any sort, would you mind sharing your distress?" Without losing a moment, he grabbed my arm. He grabbed my arm in a manner which developed excruciating pain. I thought to myself, it's better to die a normal death than dying, that too, in the clutches of an army man. And again, dying in the air. To my surprise, within moments I heard him sobbing. The story unfolded like this. In 1996, he had joined Indian Army as an officer. He was the lone child of his parent. In 98, he built his dream house just beside the Bay of Bengal, district Nagapattinam, state Tamil Nadu. 99, he got married. In 2000, he had his baby girl. In 2004, March, he was blessed again with a baby girl. He said he was a complete and content man by then. The whole family wanted to celebrate the Christmas and the New Year with the parents at home. He sent his wife and children because he could not come at that point of time. He wanted to join them just before the New Year. 26th December 2004, the world saw a disastrous tsunami hitting the coast India. He says, "I could only find the body of my father, my wife, and my son." In 2009, he was flying back with me after selling off all his property and the belongings. We spent a couple of hours in Delhi discussing lot of values in life. And now the officer is a father of a dozen of children. And he says he's a content man now. My friends, you will always have a purpose in the pains you go through. Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela are known for their purposes. They did not let their pain go in vain. They found the purpose in life. We may have ups and downs, and we call the downs the failures. We call the downs the pains. But let me encourage you. Visualize the oblivion in pain. You don't need mere sight, rather vision, to accomplish the excellence or greater excellence in life. Principle number 1, grab the good in bad. Principle number 2, perceive the purpose in pain. 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009, 2009 Principle number 3, attain the altitude being positive in attitude. Attain the altitude being positive in attitude. September 4, year 2000. It was the first day of my office. My office had given me an offer to have my base in Singapore or in Helsinki, Finland. I was excited because a jungle boy like me was going to launch the career with a colorful way. I informed my HR head as I confused to sign the papers. 2 different cities, 2 different continents, and 2 different cultures. I was confused with the options given to me. I asked the HR head if I could sign the paper next day. With all the euphoria, I came out of my office, went to the lift, but could not focus the button properly. I thought to myself that I was in Chennai, and when you are in Chennai, you know the humidity well. It may be the humidity which was creating issues in focusing at the right spot, I thought. I came to the ground floor. By the time I reached the ground floor, I realized it was not the humidity of Chennai, rather, it was the blurriness in my sight. I started walking to the bus stop, which was just 10 minutes away from my office. I kept thinking that I will go to the doctor for my eyes and get it rectified. But that 10 minutes walk became the toughest ever since. Every step as I took further was the eye loss every step. A vision loss, sight loss every step. By the time I reached the bus stop, I hardly could see the bus boards. Somehow, I reached the hospital. They put few drops in my eyes, and they patched my eyes and arrested the further detachment in my retina. They asked me, after patching my eyes, to come back next day, get admitted, so that they could operate. I reached home with the patches on my eyes, had my shower, had my dinner, and went on my bed. There I was, agitated, because I was contemplating the 2 hours which I had just passed through. Suddenly, a statement from my favorite book hit my head like a bang. It says, all things work together for good to those who love God and are called according to His purpose. I am not a religious man, but I believe in God firmly. I started dividing this statement, all things work together for good. And I was quite impressed with one word, all. I realized my situation at that point of time, my situation which is going to follow thereafter, is included in this word all. All means everything. My blindness also included in that word all. And I was sure that all thing is going to turn for good because I believed in God. I kept that positive attitude thereafter. I visualized the oblivion. I did not need mere sight, rather vision to accomplish greater heights in life. It worked. It worked wonders. I have shared my stories in top corporate houses and premier academic setups. I have shared the dais with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Then he was the President of India. I have been with the platforms with the ministers of different governments, professors and captains of top industries. I have been flapping my gums before the corporate houses and the academicians. I have been telling my stories aloud before the august group of super achievers. I have been instrumental in giving the consultancies in different capacities to the corporates and non-corporate organizations. Why? Because I was able to visualize that oblivion, that is the positive attitude in the life. Think seriously. If you have a positive attitude, that will determine your altitude. That will also determine how long, how far you can go. At the end, let me again remind you with the questions which I asked in the beginning. Can you touch? Can you behold? Can you find the reason of joy? No. It's all feeling, right? And we call this feeling oblivion, because these feelings make our life beautiful. We again and again go back for a reference point. Now, by this time you must be noticing that I am coming back to this table for a reference point to stand here and talk to you in this way. This gives me a reference point so that I can move facing you all directly. The same way, the oblivion entities in your life can be the reference point. In my life, there were three principles: grab, perceive, and attain. And today, I encourage you to visualize that oblivion in your life. You don't need mere sight, rather vision to accomplish great things in life. I usually end with my favorite quote: positive and be confident you will carry the world in your hand. I repeat, positive and be confident you will carry the world in your hand. Thank you so much.